Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Wide with Declan. As always, we will discuss NASCAR-related topics, so let's get right into it. Our first topic is the short track racing package. So, oh boy, there's a lot to unpack from Iowa this past Sunday, and one main thing is that the short track package needs to be fixed like right now. They need to fix it. They need to bump up the horsepower. That's what many fans are saying. I think the same too, but not as bad as some other fans. I think the next gen, I think the race that really killed short tracks never to return to their former glory was that 2022 spring Martinsville race. There was no passing, and that Martinsville hype train, the Martinsville and short tracks in general have always been great. They were especially great with with the Gen 6 car, but when they switched over to the Gen 7, they got a bigger the car's got a bigger contact patch, a bigger brake package. So things just didn't seem to work out for the Gen 7 on short tracks. I mean, they have gotten better on the road courses, but they have gotten better on the road courses, but the short tracks is where the work needs to be done. So the next short track race is Richmond in a few weeks, and you know Richmond was dull even with the Gen 6 car. Richmond, their decline isn't because of the Gen 7. Richmond's just been a dull track its whole life. No, not its whole life. It used to be good, but ever since the Gen 6 car, it became a dull track. All right, and that brings us to our second topic, which also relates to Iowa, which is the amount of cautions. So specifically, Kyle Larson, if you watched the race on Sunday and you listened to his radio, yeah, you'd probably, if you ate a cookie every time he swore, every time he swore, you'd probably not be on the face of this earth anymore. Because he was furious at the start of stage 3, where the drivers just kept on wrecking and wrecking and wrecking some more. So just to stop this, Kyle Larson made comments this week that said Talladega Nights is a joke to the sport. Well, keep in mind, I don't really agree with Larson that much. He's the one who said the Hail Melon was stupid and made our sport embarrassing. So Kyle Larson really thinks of it technically and takes it into account what they've actually done for our sport. So what Talladega Nights, a joke movie, Kyle Larson and William Byron both think that it was a joke movie and they should make, I think Larson thought it was a joke, it was a terrible movie and made our sport into a joke, and then Larson and William Byron are also trying to get a push for a second Days of Thunder movie, because that one was actually made our sport feel better. Well, that is not the case. I think both of them were great movies. I haven't watched either of them, but I've heard that they were great movies. So, our final topic is Stewart Friesen has finally made it home, and Caden Honeycutt will drive his truck the rest of the year. So if you followed the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series this year, you'd know Caden Honeycutt was the primary driver of the number 45 Chevy Silverado for Nice Motorsports. Well, he found a better deal with a rival team in Tricon Garage. That's where the rumors are pointed right now. So Nice released him on Monday. And so for the rest of the year, to keep his playoff eligibility, because he was safely above the cut line, safely going to make the playoffs, was Caden Honeycutt in his rookie season in the Truck Series, his first full season. It's not, I don't think he's not classified as a rookie this year, but it's his first full Truck Series season. And so he signed with the 02 truck for Young's Motorsports this weekend at Watkins Glen, and then for Richmond, and then the entire playoffs, so the remaining 8 races, he will drive Stewart Friesen's number 52 Halmar Toyota Tundra. So last Monday night, Stewart Friesen was injured at Autodrome Drummond in Quebec in a dirt racing accident. Took him 9 days to recover, but the good news is Friesen has finally made it home. So good news there. And speaking of that, my predictions this weekend. Some drivers to look out for this weekend at Watkins Glen. Obviously, Shane Van Gisbergen. He's won the last 3 road courses in the Cup Series. Obviously, had an insane, almost came super close to winning this race last year. And speaking of that amazing finish between him, the other guy involved in that, Chris Buescher. He's also a guy, this is one of his best tracks in the Cup Series. We know he's also an exceptional road racer. So look for the 17. He comes in 16th, only 23 points above the playoff cut line. We know he's been fast all season long, but he hasn't won yet. Can this be the weekend he finally breaks the streak? We're going to have to see. And so the Xfinity Series, I feel there's only two people. There's only two people in contention to win that race: Connor Zilisch and Shane Van Gisbergen. That simple. And then speaking of Connor Zilisch, he's running the Nice number 45 that Caden Honeycutt drove, and he's in contention to win. But there's also some Cup drivers in the field. There is Christopher Bell driving Hallmar Friesen 52, Kyle Busch racing the Spire number 07, and Chris Buescher racing the Thor Sport number 66. So there's a load of drivers to look out for this weekend in all 3 series. And that does it for this week on 4 Wide with Declan. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and bye for now.